Iran's Ayatollah has reportedly ordered a direct Iranian attack on the Jewish state. His threat comes in retaliation for the killing of a top Hamas leader on Iranian soil.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is warning that anyone who strikes Israel, quote, will exact a heavy price from any aggression on any front. Chris Mitchell reports on the growing concerns the conflict will escalate into a wider war.
On Wednesday, the funeral procession of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh made its way through the streets of Tehran. While Israel has not claimed responsibility for his death, the New York Times reports Iran's Ayatollah Khamenei has ordered a direct strike on Israel in retaliation for the attack on Iranian soil. A senior Hamas leader said Haniyeh's death affects ongoing negotiations between the terror group and the Jewish state.
There is no point in talking about ceasefire negotiations amid bloodshed and assassinations.
The IDF also confirmed the death of Mohammed Deif, Hamas's #2 leader in Gaza, on July 13th. In an address to the nation Wednesday night, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel is prepared for any retaliation.
There are challenging days ahead of us. Since the attack in Beirut, threats have been heard from all sides. We are prepared for any scenario and will stand united and determined against any threat. Israel will exact a heavy price from any aggression against us on any front.
He emphasized Iran is the power behind all the threats.
Since the beginning of the war, I have conveyed that we are in a struggle against Iran's axis of evil. This is a war of existence against a stranglehold of terrorist armies and missiles that Iran wants to tighten around our necks.
U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said America will stand by Israel in the event of an attack.
If Israel is attacked, we certainly will help defend Israel. You saw us do that in April. You can expect to see us do that again.
Middle East expert Avi Melamed expects a calculated retaliation by Iran.
That will be, on the one hand, powerful and send a message, but on the other hand, will be very careful not to result in a dynamic that will actually result in an all-out war.
Melamed adds Israel is sending a message with these twin strikes.
You could read the Israeli message to Iran as one that says we are willing, able, and ready to be engaged in a whole-out war, which is not something that I think the Iranian regime actually is interested in at this conjunction, at this time.
These latest crises come as Israel marks the 300th day since the October 7th attack. On the front page of the Jerusalem Post, it reads in English and Hebrew, "Our hope is not yet lost." Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, let's pray that we can pray for peace and have hope that peace can result from this. But as long as the regime of Iran stays in power, as long as they're dedicated to this ideology of hate that they call it the Zionist entity. They don't even recognize Israel as a legitimate state. They want to wipe Israel off the map. They've said it for decades, and let us please really start believing it. Whether it's rocket attacks from Hezbollah, the October 7th massacre from Hamas in Gaza, all the provocations, all of it goes back to Iran, and it goes back to this ideology. As long as that stays in place, we're not going to see peace.